Very good evening to one and all. I hope I am properly audible and visible to all of you. You can see the chat window. So yes, in the chat window, just tell me. Yes, so thank you very much for the instant reply. You all know why we have gathered today. Today we have gathered for the guidance session on theory subjects. Friends, what happens is, uh, for me, as far as I am concerned, I can guide you at the most in tax and FM. But many a times, students ask me question about theory subjects, say like for drafting, ethics, and all company law and all these subjects. And it becomes a bit of limitation. So then I thought, why not take help of Dhanashri ma'am, who is my spouse and who is a qualified company secretary. Apart from that, she is a practicing company secretary, and in most of the theory papers, she scored more than exemption marks, that is more than 60 marks. So when I thought of it that yes, we have an in-house guidance available, then why not take that? So I tried to organize this session. So I now invite Dhanashri to join us. So Dhanashri, can you please switch on your camera?
Hello, everyone.
Just 1 second, Dhanashri, I'm not able to see you. Yeah, just 1 second. I'll just find you and pin your video.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Hello, Muskan.
yes.
Me.
So I have pinned your video. So now you are
Okay.
also on the screen of my screen.
Huh.
And today's session is going to be like this, my dear friends, that you have to ask the questions in the chat window and ma'am will be answering it. So Dhanashri, if you don't mind, shall we start?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Yes. And all of you, you are ready? Just let me know in the chat window. Yes, sir. Okay. So what I'll do is, maybe you don't have the questions ready, all of you. So few of them had sent the questions on WhatsApp to me. So I will just ask those questions to ma'am. The first one is, how to write answers of case law. This is the
Okay.
first question that we got. So you all yours.
Okay. So while answering any practical questions like case laws, you can do just one thing. In first paragraph, you have to write. First of all, actually, like read the question carefully, interpret what is asked. Basically sometimes more of a times we tend to think something different, and actually there is something else is asked in the question paper. So we have to carefully uh, read the question paper, question rightly, and then we can start with the facts. We can start with the facts of the case. Then uh, after the facts, we can in the next para we can just uh, give the case of contents of case, and like legal principles or observations or any other base law on which the case is solved. And in the third para you can just give conclusion with by referring similar case studies or something. So this way your answer must be in the facts, then legal opinion, legal principles, contents, everything, and then you can write your opinion about the case, and with giving referral of some case laws, if you know the correct. And if you don't know the correct answer to that, you just live with your opinion, that's it. You don't need to write anything which you don't know properly or correctly.
Okay. Good. So anyone has to ask any counter question to this? I would uh, invite all of you to ask any counter question to this, if any. If no, then we can go to next question. So I hope all of you have got clarification with respect to presentation of the case law in the paper. Okay. Yes. Yes. We are good with this. Okay. Fine. Next question I have got is bit. Okay. I'll take next question from sir. Okay. So in short, I'll ask the question to ma'am, even though it is addressed to me. How to prepare for information technology? So let me tell you those of new syllabus that this is a paper in the old syllabus, that information technology subject under the old syllabus. Yes, it's totally Greek and Latin. That is what he's saying. So how to go about preparation of this subject? Inputs on this.
Okay, so information technology subject is not that vast. As actually we have we have a company law and other subjects which are too vast, but company law sorry, IT is very short, but it's technical. You can't it's like a very you have to write the answers in very technical language using those for that only technical words. And while studying, just you have to make notes and just have to make those get friendly with those technical words. Okay, so after that you can just on many times students make mistakes in when it features of MIS are asked. Students write characteristics. So, and vice versa. So anything that can happen. So you have to just read question carefully and just give it a thought that what is actually asked. So don't get confused between importance, features, characteristics, and everything. And while preparing for IT, you can just make notes and point out those technical words, and just you can relate with your day-to-day life, and you can just study like that only. And you can always prepare for flow charts and everything. Flow charts are there, always there for 5 marks at least. So that is anything you want to ask?
Yes. So anything related to IT? Okay. So Prakash is thanking you and is saying that keywords are the key.
Yes, yes.
In short, yes. To sum it up, yes, keywords are the key.
Keywords are the key.
And I will interrupt. I'll tell you, my dear friends, we also had a subject, though with permission of Dhanashri, I will say this.
Yes, yes.
That in your session, I'm interrupting. Okay. So we also had this ISKA subject at CA final. So what type of strategy I used to adopt is daily, come what may, daily do that ISKA subject. Getting it? 1 to 2 hours, daily do that ISKA subject. Don't take pressure of that ISKA subject on a single day for long hours, but split it in multiple days, daily say 1 hour, 2 hour, that way. Getting it? So this also some of you might follow if you like this strategy. Sneha is asking one question. She's first of all, okay, how to study from module and make notes in module or in any notebook. Minimum how many revisions are important for theory subjects? That is
Okay.
her question.
Okay. So hello, Sneha. For this is for everyone actually. So while preparing for any theory subject, you can just first of all decide your base document, base just textbook. So it can be anything, any module or issued by institute, or you can also prefer anybody's notes. That is not the issue, but you have to stick to those notes only. Okay, so after that you go through the chapter, and for theory subject I recommend at least 3 times revision for any theory subject. So in first revision you will need some more time, but you have to read it in detail point to point, like in detail. You have to make notes at that time only. And I will also add this at this point only, that if you are preparing for theory, just keep like making notes, and make that type of note which will be useful for one day before exam. Okay, so at this point only, if you are giving a like exam in June and you are sitting in January, you have to start making notes for preparing for one day before exam, because theory subjects are so vast, and you are not you cannot just do whole module in one day. It's impossible. So start making notes. While making notes, you can just like in module only, you can put papers in wherever required, or make another like different notebook, and you can start making notes. You can use post-its, like highlight those in first revision only. In first study only, you have to highlight keywords. If you don't know the technical like legal language or anything, you can always refer dictionary and write their meaning, so that after in second revision, you don't have to go back to the word and I don't know what is this written, like ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए. So on the first time itself, you have to make all the rough work with so and make like notes for one day before exam. So for theory subjects, you can make notes like if you are going through like company law or something, you can just note down the form names and which form, name of form, uh, when to file, and what attachments. Matlab, event, form name, event, and uh, like attachment, within which time it has to file, etc. So likewise, or else you can just keep a record of section number, overall just in 2-3 words what that section says, and your comments. Like this you can make notes and you can go for it. And minimum 3 revisions are required. So first, like it will take time, so as you are like doing so all the whole rough work at that point only. After second on second revision, you just have to read that highlighted points and everything, and in third you have to again read it, and but it will take very lesser time as compared to second or first time. And this you can be prepared. And I'll also recommend, yeah, you can just, for writing practice, you can just give 1 or 2 tests for the theory subject. You can give it by yourself only. Just grab any previous exam papers and just sit right there and write it down, and just evaluate whether you can give it in 3 hours and you can complete, or how much you remember by which you have already prepared. So this is the evaluation time. So after that you will tend to think that अरे ये किया था लेकिन इधर नहीं लिखने आया, ऐसा होता है. So evaluating yourself is also important, I guess.
Correct. Now, there is there was a heavy rainfall today, and now there is a rainfall in this chat window. So many questions are pouring in. So, I'm just trying to consolidate them, and I assure you that everyone's question will be answered. Okay. Even my dear student friend, if it remains unanswered, we will take one more session and answer it. Okay. So no problem. Next question, which is very common amongst all the students, is this, that what would be your tips and tricks for us to go about the subject of ethics, because the subject is very dry and repetitive in nature. So I have
Yes.
seen 2 to 3 students asking questions, similar question on the ethics. So I would like you to put light on that.
So actually ethics is not that difficult subject, not that technical subject, but the keywords or phrases are the very cliche, like very hard to remember. That is what I heard with many students. They said कि नहीं ये नहीं याद आता और बहुत confusing लगता है. So for ethics, you just have to focus on. You have bifurcation of marks like 50, 20, 10. So for ethics, you can just, like I said before, while doing notes, preparing notes, you can just note down the principle. There are many principles in ethics. So you just note down the principles and what it says, what the content of the principle in just one line. So this way you can do for there are various principles, or else there is comparison of SEBI versus LODR or company law, Companies Act versus LODR. So you just make notes and comparison in there itself. You can, if you are referring module, then just put a paper in that module only and just make comparison ki if this is concept, what Companies Act says and what LODR says. So this way, you at the one day before exam, you don't have to go through the full chapter. You just go through that one paper and you are done with that chapter. And yes, that is little lengthy subject, and like international forums and all that in ethics we have. But you have to be friendly with those words. That is the only option. And for that, yeah, like I said, you just have to note down. Once you write, na, you will remember more. I get that what I suggest.
Okay. I hope that has resolved your issue about the ethics subject. And one question here is which I'll not ask Dhanashri ma'am to answer. I'll only answer it. How to start studies after postponement news of the exams? We got distracted. So my input I have already told you, Muskan, and anyone else who has similar question in the mind. I have taken a detailed meeting on that, and I have put the video of that meeting on the YouTube. So Muskan, I would like you to watch that video, because at length at 1 hour, investing 1 hour, I have discussed with you how to stay motivated after even the fact that exam is postponed. Then next question comes like this: with due respect to your dedication, means my dedication and efforts for teaching tax, most of the students, including me, looks at the open book as a savior for third group, but we don't get the expected marks. Can you please give the guidance for this, ma'am?
Okay.
Yes, they are depending on open book.
Yes. So for open book, I'll will discuss in detail. But first of all, for preparing open book, we'll discuss. Then for like approach to write the paper. Okay. So for preparing open book, just go like have with bunch of your notes and everything and go to exam center and give. You think yeah, अरे मेरे पास तो सब है और ये हो जाएगा. So ऐसा नहीं होगा. For open book, you have to be first of all, I'm like I'm going to very basics. Like you have to choose a subject which are there are very much options. So you have to choose one subject which is at least you have like 30% interest in. Okay. So don't just go like कि friend ने दिया है तो मैं दूंगा. Just no, don't go like this. You have to have like little interest in that subject. Choose that subject only which you are friendly with or you like the subject. Then after choosing the subject, you can like just one or two readings are enough from my as per my knowledge. Like first reading, you have to like it will take time. You have to like make just like select only one or maximum two documents for two books for one day optional subject, because you will like 3-4 books will not be okay for that paper. We'll have only 3 hours, and it will be difficult to like search in this book or that book. It will be real confusion. So for open book, you just select at the day one or itself. After selecting the subject, you select which base document you are referring. So as per my knowledge, 90% it comes from module only, so you can totally depend on module itself. Okay, so keep that one document, read the chapter, make notes, make post give stick like paste it sticky notes and everything. Make notes, highlight the points, write meanings, or if there's some technical language or anything, write meaning there only. Give references to other chapters, etc. Make a proper index, that is also important. Make point wise index, that or chapter wise, like this chapter includes these all 10 12 10 12 however whatever the number is. Make all those 10 12 points that this chapter have. Okay. After that, you can just go through revise it first, study it for the first time with detail. And after that, after making notes and everything, you just refer it again, like just go through it, just go through the concept or the points which are there in just go through the points only. You don't need to go through the content at the second revision. And like in exam, they are not expecting us to like open books. In open book there are like some technical subject also, so they are not, that is why it's open book, that they are not expecting us to remember all this. They're expecting us to our first of all our interpretation, and our writing, that how we frame, how we do with the situation, or how like it has more practical aspect. Like after becoming professional, if clients comes to you and ask some certain query, the client is not expecting you to know it like thoroughly. All the professionals use and refer their base documents and law acts and their acts and everything. So after that, uh, so in exam time, you can do like this. uh, After reading one and two revisions, one day before exam, you just go through those index which you have made earlier, and go through that main points one day before exam. And on the exam day, you can carry your one or two base documents with one, if you require, with one dictionary, if required. And you can go with like that. On up I'll move to approaching the paper. On we have 3 hours and 100 marks paper. 50 for 50 marks is the part A is like case study, and other part B is from your module only, and there are straight away questions many a times. Okay, so I'll suggest that you should approach part B first. Okay, so part B will be module questions only, and you just read first that part B questions. There will be around 10 questions approximately. So read those questions and start searching in the module or whatever your base document is. So start searching, make it a point, and you can just write key, this is from this answer will be on the page number 54 or anything. Like you just refer, make a note there only ki this question is from that chapter, that page. And in like in 1 hour, in like next 1 hour, 1.5 hour, you have to write on the 50 marks. Okay, so you can do that, and after like going through all the part B and completing all the questions, you move to part A. So first of all, while solving case, I'll recommend that you just read first questions only, that what is asked, and then uh, and then only start reading the case. Okay, so while reading the case, you will think कि अरे ये पूछा है, and make it a reference there. Okay, and in case law only, they will ask about something like for just for example, if they are asking in case law, XYZ wants to open its subsidiary in India, and what is the procedure. If they ask this, then there is uh, facts in the yeah, this case only, but answer to that question will be in the module. Okay, so you have to combine case studies facts like names and all the characteristics, everything, and modules content, modules laws. So you have to refer those laws and combine those laws and facts of the case and write the answer. Okay, so in after completing 1.5 hour while going through the part B, you will need like 15 minutes or 20 minutes to read the case and point out the that points where answers वगैरह. And after that you start writing the you will get 1 hour approximately to write part A. So this way you can do, and this way you can go through it, and like in for part B 50 marks, you are almost there, and you just have to make it a point that you cover everything. Also I'm recommending ki, uh, write answers point wise, don't elaborate too much. Like point one point should be like sufficient 2 to 3 lines, and you have to sum up in that only. Okay, so you can answer like that way, and just in module or in any your base document, just highlight those points which are necessary to come in the answer sheet. And one more thing. Mm, yeah, that's it, I guess.
Okay. So I think, yes, you have given justice to both the things. You have given justice to how preparation should be and how the solving of paper
Mm.
should be. Correct. So I think that would, answer everyone's question about the open book, whichever subject they have taken. Okay. Now, next question is from Aditi. That is, guide me how to prepare for secretarial audit and due diligence, which is an old syllabus, which
Okay.
material to refer, and what are the important things to be kept in mind while preparation of that subject. Also, what are the important topics or chapters in this subject?
Okay. So first of all, everything, each and every word of the module is important. As in module in exam, at least 90 to 95 marks comes from module only. So you have to refer like you have to make it a point that you do not put anything to option. You have to do anything and everything. Okay, and for a secretarial audit and due diligence, it is actually like combine you if you are yeah, like in old syllabus you have company law, DD and CR, these three subjects. So in secretarial audit, it is combination is something like base is like company laws base, and some concepts are from CR only. So you can just go through the these three subject like in a like one by one, and refer if and there is only like check, you have to prepare for checklist and everything. In CR in DD and secretarial audit, checklist are very important. You have to like make it a point that you uh, go through every checklist, and you can make notes of that also. And what is the another question?
Yes, that was her question actually.
Okay.
That you had to guide her about secular due diligence. Which material to refer to was the
Okay.
important aspect.
So I'll suggest module is also good enough, but if you think this that is very vast and everything, so at in my day, my exam days, I referred Alhad Mahabar sir's notes. So that are little short and like sometimes matlab sufficient, I guess. These are sufficient and not that vast like module, so you can use those notes also. Plus I'll suggest for any theory subject, you have to like go to visit our website and check if there is any supplements issued by institute or any amendments. You have to check like in a periodical intervals, you have to check whether there is anything released, anything study material released on the our website. So you have to refer that also with your any base documents, you have to refer that also. And if you are referring scanner, I would suggest refer only for questions and just the way they answer, only for that. Don't depend on that those facts and everything. Sometimes those are not correct, but you can always refer for question and how to answer. Okay, so for like in module, if you refer module na, we don't know how to answer if anything asked in the exam. So you can for that you can refer scanner or something which have question answer format, and you can just look like just take a note that how it answered and what is asked and how to answer, length of the answer, which points to cover. You can refer for that only.
Okay. Next question comes like this from one of the student, that we need tips for scoring good marks in company law,
Okay.
because always that student is ending up scoring 40 to 45 marks.
Oh.
So how to accelerate the score? Though
Okay.
passing is happening, acceleration.
Huh. Actually, our target should be not be just passing, but like accelerating. That is good. For company law, actually, it is our bread and butter and base. Our base is the company law, and every other subject is somewhat somehow like related to company law only. So company law should be our like नींद में भी पूछो तो आना चाहिए. So for preparing for company law, I would suggest it is. I agree it is very vast, but first of all, your basics should be clear. Like in executive or anything, your basics should be clear. And in professional level, there is only procedural part depending on the base of executive. So professional levels, company law is little practical and related to all the procedures of filing forms and applications and everything and compliances. So you have to, while preparing for ACL, I would suggest start making notes and flow charts. Flow chart will be useful for that, because everything is procedural. So you just while reading the module or any your base documents or notes, you can just that in that side only or any on any paper, you can make a procedure. Like for example, if you want to if uh, incorporation procedure is asked for a private limited company, so you just have to like which documents are required, when to file which form, which comes after which form, and which forms are clubbed in which in the spice form. Everything you have to go through, note down and make a flow chart, so that this way you can at one day before exam, you can just refer those flow charts, little flow charts you can refer, and you can just go for it. Because one day before exam, preparing for like this much module, it is impossible. So make notes on first reading itself, that make flow charts. You can make charts of like this form, like I said earlier, like for MGT7 when to file, which companies are applicable to file and everything, like AOC for MGT7, MGT14, when to file, how to file, what attachments are required to file those forms, PS5, and like make a list, like we do it in 10th standard only. You have to do it like that to accelerate your score. Just you can like put a chart in your study table, next to your study table, so that while walking around you can just see those that chart, and just somehow on our subconscious mind it like it collect things and like works magic in the paper.
Okay. Good. So now, correct. After company law, again, I am going back to ethics with
Okay.
one specific doubt, because you have already answered about the ethics part. Though I am not so conversant with this doubt also. The doubt is like this. I'll read only the relevant part. That said student is facing difficulties in remembering concepts of foreign law, like UK company law. So, can you suggest or tell that student how to study the subject with respect to that thing? Because the
Okay.
other part you have already answered.
Yes. So the like I agree it is difficult to remember, but you can just like making notes is the only option, I think. You can read it loud and make notes also. That for like there is today only I just go through the supplement issued by company is our institute, and regarding there are many more forums, and like Japanese forum also there. So there are easy like difficult things to remember. These things are difficult to remember, so you have to make notes only, like like this country, this forum or anything, or this community, this convention or anything, and you what is said in that particular. So you have to go through that, go like this way only. You have to make notes, and that will be easy for you.
Okay. Um, One more question coming up is, it's a corollary question to all the things that you are saying. That question is, how important is it for theory subjects to write and see? Means write and evaluate. That's what I think he wants to ask. Can't we just read it twice or thrice before the exams?
mm, I'll answer this way. It can be sufficient for some students, but not all the students. Okay, so in any theory, not just theory, but any subject, you have to evaluate yourself before exam. Because what happens, we read, and we tend to believe that yes, I have done with everything and I know everything. But in exam, the case will be different. Like we remember only some points. We remember कि अरे ये पढ़ा था लेकिन exactly क्या लिखना है वो नहीं आता. So these things happens. So I'll suggest that the on the exam day, the shock you get while reading your exam question paper, you have to just feel that pressure little earlier and face that pressure. Go through like giving tests and everything. Make yourself, like evaluate yourself, like that how much did you read, and how much you remember at the time of writing, and is it like point wise, or is it like evaluation is very important. So I would suggest and while evaluating also, it also helps in like uh, your writing speed also increases. But because what we are not in school actually, so we don't have that daily writing practice, we don't have. So on the exam day you'll get like stuck up, like yaar ye kya chal raha hai, aisa nahi hona chahiye. So writing practice bhi ho jata, on evaluation you evaluate yourself, you like evaluate on the basis of how much you remember, how much you can write. You can evaluate your language, that are you writing it properly, is your grammar and everything proper, and spellings, where many students lack in spelling and grammar. And you can evaluate your time, speed, how much you can complete in 3 hours. Many students can complete only 80 to 90% of the paper, which is not actually good. Okay, so you, when you have go for 100% paper, you will you will get 50 to 60% marks of this that. So I'll suggest ki evaluation is very much important. You can just have that pressure on just few days before exam, so you can evaluate. And also this is another like different from the topic, but I एक student था जिसने मुझे उन जो she was pretty confident that she have write it very well in the exam, but score is not good. So she uh, asked the photocopy of the answer sheet from the institute, and she gave me that answer sheet. So while checking, her answers are good, correct, but there are many basic mistakes. Like I referred her, I checked her drafting paper. There were many basic mistakes which are not expected from professional level students. Okay, so basics are very much important. If you can't write anything, section number or anything, that is okay. But if you uh, tend to fall in like basic concepts only, you will like examiner will think that nahi isko nahi aata hai. So I'll just give example that for 5 marks they asked affidavit in drafting. And in any affidavit, it is mandatory, you also can agree, all can agree, that it is mandatory to write verification in the next call. It is mandatory to write verification also. But the student has already answered very well the whole draft of affidavit, but she forgot to write verification. So this is very basic mistake, and which will like impact on examiner's mind, and it will not give you full marks, not at all give you full marks. Another example is if you are writing resolution. These are very basic concept that you need to focus. Like for while drafting resolution, if you do anything everything correctly, but you forgot to write giving authority to particular director or any director, that is not accepted by the exam, anyone, that is not accepted. You have to give authority also. There should be some basics while making notes only on theory subjects. While making notes, I'll suggest that you just go through like that only कि XYZ अगर resolution है तो क्या क्या points इसमें आने ही चाहिए. You should not miss out on basic points. In drafting, you should not miss on basic points, like if there is affidavit, there should be a verification. If there is property like transfer of property agreement, there has to be a schedule of property. Like these are very basic points but very impactful at the exam.
Okay, good. Correct. So I think you would have got the answer, the one who asked the question, surely. Even Sejal was asking one question, even she would have got the answer, I think, to that. Her question was, scoring in due diligence is difficult. I know everything, but I still ended up getting less marks. And same with RCD, that her paper went really well, but she didn't score well. So I think Sejal, you would have got the answer from what ma'am told just now. Muskan is asking one question, that how to prepare drafting for revisions. Did practice is enough? I mean, is practicing did enough?
Okay, so like I said, uh, on drafting, half of the part is like full drafts and drafts, and half of the part is technical part, like types of writs, and everything, petition and everything. So for drafting, for draft part, you have to practice it, but you may not practice like full draft and everything. You just make it a point to note down that like very basics, like uh, uh, on the like parties. So you just make notes that where it comes petitioner, respondents, defendant. So this is very important and basic points that in in excuse me, you have to like write in a legal language first of all. And if you are writing preparing for any draft, make notes like this. uh, you can just like, if you, this is the given case is civil case, you have to write it plaintiff and defendant. Like you have to focus on parties also. Then like if it is criminal case, the like you have to remember these basic points, uh, mm, like in criminal cases it is all, one party is always state versus something something. Okay, so you have to just remember these basic points and note down while preparing notes. And after that, that after that comes with comes that main content of the draft. So in main content you just note down that which all parts are testimonial and recitals and everything, consideration clause there must be there, property schedule must be there. Like you just name name a draft, like if it's lease agreement, what all comes under these agreements. You just make it a point, make bullet points. And like you can and uh, prepare like the notes only like this way only. And one day before exam you can, without you know, don't need to read those full drafts in the given in the module, those are too vast. But you can read those notes you have prepared. And you can remember those bullet points in the paper. And just you just have to make a statement out of those bullet points in the exam. And the draft should not be very vast in the paper, and it will not be like sufficient and enough. You don't need, you will not get enough time to write those drafts. So your draft should be short but point wise. That is all I would suggest. So for preparing draft, you have to just remember things like forum, judicial bodies. First of all, that is also important. In which court of law, in which the title of the deed. So title of the deed, parties, content of the like deeds, clauses of deed. You have to just note down those clauses and how to end, witness clause. Everything you have to just make it up, make notes of that only. So you don't have to remember everything. And on the exam time, you just after that making those notes, you will just read the question in the exam. And you just frame your draft according to facts given in the question.
Okay. So I think this would have answered everyone's question. There were many students asking about especially this drafting issue. So I think that would have resolved their doubts as well. 1-2 questions I have consolidated, and even Priti was asking about drafting. So I think
Okay.
this would have solved her doubt as well. Uh, with respect to open book, one of the student is asking that is it required to carry bare act at the exam center?
Okay. So it is not actually, as per my knowledge, it is not that required. You will get confused, and in BERAC there is a very technical language, and it will get difficult for you to at that time to just frame the answer according to that BERAC. So instead of that, you can just refer your module is sufficient. As per my opinion, module is sufficient. And you just have to believe in that base document, basically, that you can survive with that document only.
Okay. Then one more question that was asked was with respect to presentation in exam. Can multiple color pens be used?
No, not at all. You at the most you can just underline or underline it with the pencil, but no multicolor pens, not allowed.
Acha. Now I will only answer this question. Muskan is asking that question of Bare Act which she has asked. In relation to that, she's asking, cause in December exam paper, Competition Act, something with respect to Competition Act was asked from Bare Act. Now,
Okay.
Muskan, I would like to say that even if you would have carried Bare Act, the question that you have to ask yourself is, at the moment, was it possible to interpret the things from that? That is what you should ask, Muskan. If yes, you are very sure about interpretation, then I would suggest yes, do carry, isn't it? But then you should have that, faith in you that, okay, on any given day, any page of the act I will open and I will understand, isn't it? So yes, if you have that courage, I would say, then you can carry the
Yes.
act, no problem. So, have I missed out on any question? Anything that did not get answered? Because I have gone through all the questions. Somewhere or the other, the questions were overlapping. So I have not taken those questions again. But still, if anyone feels that I have missed out on something, please let me know. Yes, Aditi was asking one question that which book ma'am talked about. So Aditi, you please WhatsApp me. I will send you the name of the book so that it won't create confusion. Yes, so I think that's it. We have come almost to the end of this session because all the questions have got resolved. Now, what I would like to tell all of you is, please give feedback about this session on my WhatsApp. That is one thing. Second, what with respect to which all things you would like to go into depth. Okay, as far as these theory papers are concerned, that also you let us know that, okay, next session we can take on which issue like this. So again, next week we might come up with such session if we have demand on particular thing. For example, say Dhanashri ma'am tell us how to give two drafts. Give us two drafts for practice and then take that practice from us. Something like this. So whatever inputs you have, okay, whatever more you want to ask, you please put it on my WhatsApp. I'll forward it to ma'am. And if 10 to 15 students have a common request, we can take up a session on that. In such a way only, a short 1 hour session. Yes. Yes. Yogita is putting up one feedback. Feedback in the sense, one thing which she did with respect to subject of, which subject is that? So yes, no problem. Yogita, what you can do is, you are messaging it only to me. You can put it on the common window so that all can read it. Okay. So can I conclude the session? I would really like to thank Dhanashri that, though I know it will be a bit awkward that in the same family I'm thanking her, but I really would like to thank from what you can say, students' behalf, that yes, on very short notice she came up with this session. And though she's a PCS and she did not want to present herself in front of you like this, but her what you can say, nature of helping has brought her in front of you, and of course some force from my side that yes, our students need us. Okay, so many times I keep on getting so many questions with respect to theory papers, and I won't like to unnecessarily guide you in the subjects which I don't know about. So I keep mum on that. And yes, I thought, yes, let's get Dhanashwi into this. Let's ask her to guide you.
Thank you so much, everyone, actually, for giving me this platform. And thank you, Pratik, for this opportunity. And if you have any more doubts, and if you want to discuss anything personally, you can always contact me anytime. It would be great to help you, and like it will give me like satisfaction that to help you actually. Thank you.
So thank you very much and do take care of yourself. Good day.
Good day.